Good morning, everyone. It's Friday. The week is over. Well, almost over. I am so happy. Thank you so much for another great week. This is Coffee and Headlines, our morning get together live here on Facebook and available later on in the day through YouTube and also on Facebook, where we take a look at headlines from our city, our state, and our country. We take a look at what you've been up to, where you have been, and what kind of questions and comments you have. Our friend Eric, who runs the Joint Co-working Hotel, has been playing hooky in Mexico City all this week. Eric, and maybe last week too, you've been hitting all the wonderful spots that I love. Can't wait to meet with you and see what you discovered new and exciting in Mexico City. And for the rest of us, another week is gone. We are starting the month of October tomorrow, and the weather's starting to get a little cooler, so I'm extremely happy about all this stuff. And if you are watching for the first time, of course, we want to make sure that we give you a proper welcome. And we can do that by asking you to write the word new in your comment. And we will be so very happy to give you a nice welcome if you're watching live for the first time. If you're watching on YouTube, we love you dearly. We don't have comments or dialogue in YouTube, but we still appreciate your likes and your subscriptions very much. Last but not least, of course, if you have something truly important that you wish to run by the cluster or you wish a reaction or an answer on, please add a capital letter Q at the beginning of your comment. Today, more weather news and more Vallarta versus Nayarit news. And what else do we have? Well, we have a few interesting things. And of course, I get to tell you a little bit about my day yesterday. Michael Bufford had suggested that I go and explore a bar, a gay bar. And I went and explored a gay bar. And now I have a hangover, but shit happens. Let's get started. Okay, so yesterday we led the news with soon to become, I have a hangover, soon to become Tropical Storm Orlene, and today we lead with soon to become Hurricane Orlene, currently located off the coast near Manzanillo. The storm is expected to become a Category 1 hurricane sometime today, and it will increase to a Category 2 and then return to a Category 1 again before reaching land somewhere in the state of Sinaloa by Sunday. Locally, as we announced yesterday, we can expect an increase in rain through the weekend, with most of the effects intensified as you head north towards Nayarit and beyond. We'll have more weather information in a second, but first, with a huge vote majority, Mexico's Chamber of Deputies has approved the elimination of daylight savings in Mexico. The initiative will now move to the Senate, where it will be further discussed and likely voted as something that will stick. But as far as I can see, this will not come into effect until 2023, next year. So at the end of October, we will once again switch over to wintertime, possibly staying in wintertime moving forward, We're not sure yet, but everything seems to indicate that pretty soon daylight savings in Mexico will be a thing of the past, with few exceptions, of course, along the northern border of the country, our border with the United States, for commercial purposes. And now, more weather, or the impact of weather. If you live at Grand Venetian, the luxury beachfront condominium high rise complex behind La Isla Shopping Mall, and you crave a beach day, well, bad news. You may have to go somewhere else, as the beach directly in front of your apartment complex, locally known as Playa Holi, has disappeared. Every year, as the water currents along the adjoining Pitillal River rise during the rain months, Mother Nature does her thing, capriciously directing the river flow into the ocean one way or another and changing the surroundings landscape. But apparently, this year, Mother Nature seemed to have gotten a tad carried away. And of course, there is also that breaker wall that Peninsula Condos built to also affect the river's behavior. So there's no more beach. Could the structure of the building be damaged? Well, it is almost that bad. Look at how close the water has eroded the beach, and it's less than 12 feet away from the building where the pool is. Ouch. This news note that I'm referencing here is also showing a large construction equipment that is dragging sand from one place to another in an effort to lessen the effects of the water, but only time will tell whether they will be able to fix this or stop it from further eroding against the construction structure. And of course, everybody's concerned because if we're going to have increased rain this weekend, well, this could get a little ugly for the beach at Playa Holi. I may try to get a walk over there on Sunday just to see what it looks like, but we'll see how this turns out. Moving right along, it's become quite clear that through his government, Nayarit Governor Miguel Ángel Navarro Quintero wishes to develop his state's own identity as far as tourism destinations are concerned. But how will this affect our neighbor state's relationship with Puerto Vallarta moving forward? Well, now we hear from Nayarit Tourism Secretary Juan Enrique Suarez, who chimed in, denying that the governor's mindset will create a rift between both states as far as joint tourism promotion is concerned. But when asked about joint promotion, specifically, Secretary Suarez informed that it is currently being analyzed by Nayarit, but the state is presently focusing on launching the new brand. And we imagine that by that they mean Nuevo Nayarit. And that clarity as far as joint promotion with Puerto Vallarta will come in the next few months. But he was not specific. Parenthetically, Gala Vallarta, which is the joint promotional event that is at stake, usually takes place between March and May, and it usually takes place at the Puerto Vallarta Convention Center. So clarity will hopefully come sooner than that. Needless to say, if Nayarit does not want to cross-promote or is not ready to cross-promote with Puerto Vallarta will continue to take care of itself. But still, this is an interesting development, and we'll have to see where it goes. And now let us very quickly turn over to the weather forecast just to see what kind of remarks our snarky friend, the carrot, has in store for us today. Vladimir Putin declaring the annexation of parts of Ukraine is a lot like Michael Scott declaring bankruptcy. No comment, but we'll throw in... Oh, that was very soft. Let me turn that up. Why do I have my sound effect so low? That's more like it. 26 degrees right now, feels like 29. Humidity is at 86%, and our temperature in Fahrenheit degrees is not 80. It is 79. Our weather forecast. I know I went blank. And I shouldn't have. My bad. I'm here. Our weather forecast for today. says rain and humidity throughout the day with a high of 32 and a low of 25. Tomorrow, Saturday, as expected, rain and humidity with a high of 29 and a low of 24. And then on Sunday, rain until evening with a high of 29 and a low of 24. Paula says, don't leave us like that. I hit the wrong button, Paula. I apologize. It's Friday. These things happen. And it is Friday, and we have a wonderful gift from the New York Times. The New York Times, this is perfect for the weekend, has once again suggested 5 classical music albums to listen to right now. And perhaps one of the most intriguing ones, and I'm definitely going to check this out, and I encourage you to do the same thing, is that of Mozart's piano sonatas performed by Robert Levin. But he recorded all of Mozart's piano sonatas on the composer's own fortepiano that was built around 1782, and Mozart actually used this piano both privately and publicly starting around 1785. So what you want to keep in mind here, friends, is that piano technology was very different in the 1700s than it is today. So even though Mozart composed for the piano, Mozart in fact composed for the pianoforte, not the piano. The piano is an evolution that happened at the end of the 19th century. So it'll be very, very interesting to see how these sonatas sound when performed in the instrument that was most likely used to compose them and in the style of Mozart, as far as or as much as music researchers can identify. So there is that from New York Times. And last but not least, tomorrow we'll dive into my visit to this sexy bar called the Corner Bar, where the waiters wear no shirts and where people can watch you pee. Yes, you heard me right. The waiters wear no shorts and people can watch you pee. And you know what? I loved every minute of it. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. And what else are we going to talk about tomorrow? I don't know what we're going to talk about tomorrow yet, but this, I tell you, I had a great time. Thank you, Michael Buford, for recommending this place. I went with Logan and with Paul from Hotel Mercurio. We had a lovely time, and I will give you all the blow-by-blow, no pun intended, during tomorrow's broadcast. And now let us quickly turn over to your comments just to see what everybody is up to today. Karen says, good morning. Hello, Karen. It's a pleasure to see you. Christy, do you know when you're going to be here in November? Let me know. Let me know so we can get together. Let's see what else we have. Many, many good mornings. Earl says it's a lovely day at the Marina. That's good to hear. And here are the counters. I love it. Good morning, says Rubina. 3 weeks from today, we are back. Can't wait. Excellent. Let's see. Oh, Bill, I have something to show you. Can I reach it? Yes, I can. Check this out. Okay, was that my booty on the screen? So, okay, hear me out. First of all, I have to introduce you to the concept of a dead cat. This is, well, not a dead cat because dead cats are hairy, but this is to cover a microphone so that when you're speaking, the wind doesn't affect the sound of your microphone. This is part of the wonderful gifts that we got from Bill to conduct better interviews and to have better audio in when we are recording remotely. And I said to Bill, I need to, because this is made of sponge. It's squishy. But, you know, these things are expensive or not, well, not very expensive. Long story short, I didn't want this squishing in my bag. And I commented that to Bill, who was kind enough to gift us all this equipment. And Bill says to me, I just let it get all squished up. But you know what, Bill? Yesterday, I was shopping around town and I found the perfect container for it. I went into Waldo's or whatever the peso store is called. And look, now I can put the wind protector inside of this chingadera, and I can close it like this. And now this goes into my camera bag, and it will not get all squished up. So you see, I want to protect the investment. The end. Let's see what else we have. Eric, you're still in Mexico City. You know, Eric visited the Anthropology Museum yesterday. He tried to go into the Anthropology Museum the day before, but it was closed or something like that. I've been keeping track of your travels, dear friend, and I so much appreciate it when people just post things on Facebook because we can travel with you. Let's see what else we have. Hello, Logan. Do you have a headache this morning? I have a mild one. Logan and I were out having fun yesterday. Let's see. Another counter. John Schmidt, 22 days to my home in PV. Good for you. Gary says 14 days. I love it. Renee recommends birria soup for hangovers. You know, that is a great idea. Oh, I'll walk over to the birria place and I'll get some soup, some caldito, some broth. Let's see what else we have. I thought it was chilaquiles for hangover. That would work for me too. Either one would be absolutely lovely. Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum-bum. Let's see what else we have. A quick note for the yerba mate guy from the other day. There's an empanada place called Che Vallarta, which I believe sells bags of Argentinian mate. And Paco, for you, yes, you, there's free admission to the Infonavit Green Roof. Oh, wonderful. But you need to get a free ticket beforehand. There's an email where you can get that ticket. Thank you very much, Mateo. Thank you. Mateo, of course, is our favorite musician correspondent friend from Mexico City. And it's nice to know that that Infonavit building is open to the public. You may recall I showed you their green roof yesterday, the largest green roof in all of Latin America. So I don't know how many more days you're going to be in Mexico City, Eric. But if you feel like doing something unique in the south side of the city, there is that green roof on top of the Infonavit building. Christy arrives on November 7th. Ooh, how excited. Let's see what else. Christy, I will be there the 5th to the 18th of November. I am hoping we will have a meet and greet. Ooh, I can see the hints happening. And I can see a date for a meet and greet developing. I'm taking note. Let's see what else. Paco, you make me laugh. That's really funny. It's not funny, Bill. It's serious. We want to protect the equipment. Ooh, we want to protect the equipment. But now it travels lovingly in its own plastic container. Let's see. Kathleen arrives on the same day. Oh my God. I am starting to see a meet and greet happening. Love it. Love it. And I think, oh my God, look at all those people counting, all these people counting. Michal, of course, comes back on October 21st. So the universe is going to be back in order with all these wonderful friends either coming back or visiting. I love it. So this brings us to the end of today's Coffee and Headlines. As always, I'm grateful that you are here. I'm grateful that you continue to support our project. We are due for a members-only online broadcast. I think it is time to schedule one of those. So I'll be doing that through the weekend. And also, I want to let you know that on Monday, we will have Music Monday. And because, again, it was Jose's birthday this week. And we are choosing one of his songs so that we can learn more about this very important performer, late performer. He has passed away. Anyhow, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful beginning of your weekend, and we'll connect again tomorrow to take a closer look at the corner bar, to explain why we didn't make it to the other bar across the street, that we also wanted to check. I wanted to check the two bars in one sip, but we ended up sipping too much at the first bar to make it to the second. Again, stay happy, stay kind. Drink a little, stay sober, I would say, but no, have a cocktail or two. It's the weekend, and stay in touch. I'll see you again tomorrow.